A warm welcome to one and all. I am Rushali and you are watching Power Electronics and Application series. So in our last video, we have studied single phase full converter with resistive as well as inductive load. In this session, we are going to see single phase semi converters, that is half controlled converters. So we will discuss single phase semi converters with R load, that is a resistive load, and inductive load. After that, we will make a comparison, or we will have a comparative study of full converter versus semi converter. So let's start. In this video, we are going to learn half controlled bridge rectifier, that is a single phase semi converter with the R load, with the resistive load. So let's start. So for a single phase semi converter, there are half controlled bridge rectifier, which is also known as semi converter. This semi-converter is used in many applications which require operation only with the positive voltage, that is a rectification. It is better to connect the uncontrolled diode into certain parts of the circuit. We will see the circuit diagram. It is possible to provide a continuous control of a mean DC terminal voltage from the maximum to virtually zero in case of single-phase semi-converters. The reversal of mean voltage is not possible in this case, as only a one quadrant operation can be obtained using a single phase semi-converter. So these two are symmetrical as well as asymmetrical configurations of single phase semi-converter. So in symmetrical configuration, you can see the thyristor T1 and T2 are placed over here, and instead of T3 and T4 like full converter, in semi-converter we are using diode D1 and D2. So two thyristors and two diodes. This is a symmetrical configuration according to a vertical axis. If you see, on the left hand side one thyristor, one diode, and on the right hand side one thyristor, one diode. So it is a symmetrical configuration. In case of asymmetrical, it is one side, two thyristors are placed on one side and two diodes are placed on other side. So we are going to study this symmetrical configuration. So during the positive half cycle of a AC supply, this thyristor T1 and the diode D1 are in forward bias. So when this thyristor T1 is triggered at a firing angle alpha, the current will flow in the direction from L to T1 point A. It will go through the resistor, that is a load R, from B, D1 and N, so which is written over here. So current flow through the path L, T1 R, D1 N. As T1 and D1 both are forward biased and they both are conducting, so current will flow through it, L, T1 R, D1 N. So the load current will flow until it is commutated by a reversal of a supply voltage at omega t is equal to pi. So in this diagram, it is highlighted the path of current flow. Now this is about the case of positive half cycle. Now we will see what happens in the negative half cycle. So during the negative half cycle of a AC supply, this thyristor T2 and the diode D2, these both are forward biased. So when SCR T2 is triggered at an angle pi plus alpha, current would flow through N, T2, then resistor R, D2 and L in this path. As T2 and D2 are conducting, current will flow through this path. So this current is a continuous until the angle 2 pi, when the SCR T2 is turned off. So these are the waveforms, load current and supply voltage waveforms for the single phase semiconductor of a symmetrical circuit. So here you can see this is a supply voltage waveform, and this is a thyristor firing pulses. Thyristor is triggered, the pulse is fired, the current start flowing through the circuit. So at every positive cycle the current flows. So when supply voltage is a positive, that is for a first positive half cycle, T1 and T1 and D1, that is thyristor 1 and diode 1 conducts, and during the negative half cycle T2 and D2 conduct. So this is all about the waveforms of single phase semiconductor. So these are the expression for average DC voltage, average load current, RMS load voltage. I am not going to explain, as I have explained these expressions already in the previous video, that is a single phase full converter. In case of semi-converter, the expressions are same, so you can refer that video. So this is all about the single phase semi-converter with resistive load. Now we are going to see single phase semi-converter with inductive load, that is RL load. So let's start. So in this also there are two configurations, symmetrical configuration as well as asymmetrical configuration. So you can see here again T1 T2, D1 D2, T1 T2 and D1 D2. So in this case the only difference is that at the load side, instead of only resistor, along with that one inductor is connected in the series with resistor. So for this circuit the load is inductive L plus R. Now we will see the operation of both circuits. So in case of symmetrical circuit, during the first positive half cycle of AC supply, the T1 is turned on at a firing angle alpha. From this instant alpha, supply voltage appears across the terminal AB through T1 and D1. So as T1 and D1 both are conducting, current flows through L, T1, A, then through inductor L, resistor R, B. As D1 is conducting, it will go to D1 and then L. So this is a path of current flow in the single phase semi-converter when AC supply having a positive half cycle. So this inductance L is a sufficiently large value. It is to produce a continuous load current. So this current ID is taken to be constant, hence when T1 and D1 conducts. So this is all about the positive half cycle of a AC supply. These are the output waveforms in case of positive half cycle. So if you see, this is a supply voltage positive half cycle, this pulse is fired and T1 and D1 are conducting. So in this case the IS or ID current is positive. So here you can see, in case of positive half cycle, current flows and it is a continuous. Now we will see the effect of freewheeling diode. So when the supply voltage reverses at omega t is equal to pi, so in this case D2 is forward biased, and as D1 is already conducting in our previous first half cycle of a positive supply, so the supply voltage reverse biases this D1 and turns it off. So in this case load currents freewheels through the path R, B, D2, T1, A and L. So during this interval pi plus alpha in each supply cycle, this diode or this load current will freewheels through the path and it will follow this loop. Now what will happen during the negative half cycle of a AC supply? So at any instant pi plus alpha, the triggering pulse is applied to the forward bias T2. So during the negative half cycle, T2 will be forward biased as well as D2 will be forward biased. So as T2 is turned on, supply voltage reverse biases the T1 which was on during the positive half cycle, so it will turn off by the line commutation. So the load current will flow as T2 and D2 are conducting from N, T2, A, L, R, B, T, L. So the conduction period of T and D in case of thyristor and diode are equal in symmetrical configuration. So these are the waveforms for symmetrical circuit during the negative half cycle. So you can see here, this is a negative half cycle of a supply, that time when the pulses are fired or the pulse is fired, the T2 and D2 are conducting. So during this period the current is having a negative value, but it is a continuous. So this is about the single phase semiconverter waveforms for a symmetrical circuit with the inductive load. Now we will see the asymmetrical circuit. So in this case what happens, only the difference is instead of T1 and T2, here it is a symmetrical by a horizontal axis. So T1 and T2, D1 and D2. So during the positive half cycle, in case of asymmetrical circuit, the T1 and D1 are in forward bias. So T1 is turned on at a firing angle alpha. So due to this, these two are positive, current will flow L, T1, A, L, R, D1 and N in this direction. And what will happen during the negative half cycle? During negative half cycle, the thyristor T2 and D2 will be in forward bias. So T2 and D2 will start conducting, and freewheeling action is provided by the diodes D1 and D2 from the 0 to alpha and from the pi to pi plus alpha in each supply cycle. So in this case, current will flow from N D2 A L R T2 L like this. So this is all about the asymmetrical circuit. So the symmetrical configuration, conduction period of a thyristor and diode are equal, which is not in case of asymmetrical configurations. It is unequal. The thyristor conducts larger for the interval in the symmetrical circuit configuration. Therefore, the thyristor used in the circuit must have a higher average current rating compared to those in the asymmetrical configurations. The average DC output voltage neglecting the diode and SCR drop is given by this expression. EDC is equal to 1 upon pi integration alpha to pi Em sin omega t d omega t, which is equal to Em by pi 1 plus cos alpha. Now we will see the difference of full converter versus semi-converter. We have studied full converter in our previous video, and now we have studied what is the semi-converter with resistive as well as inductive load. So let's see the difference. Since half the thyristors are placed by diodes, semi-converters cost less than a full converter. The periods of a negative voltage swing at DC terminal obtained with the full converter are replaced by a freewheeling period of a zero voltage in case of semi-converter. So the elimination of negative swing of the voltage at DC terminal is beneficial because it results in the reduction of ripples voltage with the correspondingly reduced filtering requirements. Then in semi-converters, the average EDC can be continuously controlled from the maximum to virtually zero with the increased control range of a firing angle alpha. Due to the freewheeling action with the semi-converter, the power factor is improved. The AC supply current is more distorted due to its zero period with semi-converters compared to the full converter. So this is all about the single phase semi-converter as well as full converters. So in our next video we are going to learn three-phase full converters as well as semi-converters. So stay tuned. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, and happy e-learning.